The people of Israel's pilgrimage with Moses through the desert. Thus saith the Lord. In the first era, Moses was at the head of Israel in guiding them through the desert for 40 years to the land of Canaan. But from disobedience, lack of belief, and materialism, some blasphemed, others reneged, and yet others rose in rebellion. Moses, confronted with such a situation, told them with prudence and patience not to offend the supreme will, but to be humble and obedient before the Father, who, without considering their disobedience, had made manna fall from the sky and water spring forth from the rocks. Moses had offered sufficient proof that the true God was with him, but the people wanted more evidence. The messenger, taking the multitudes to the slopes of Mount Sinai, called upon the power of Jehovah. And the Lord, hearing him, granted him great proofs and miraculous things. The people wanted to hear and to see the one to whom Moses listened, and the one whom he perceived through his faith. I manifested myself to those people in a cloud and had them listen to my voice for hours and hours. But it was so potent that men felt themselves dying of fear. Their bodies shook and their spirits trembled before that voice of justice. Then the people begged Moses to plead to Jehovah not to speak any longer to his people, for they could no longer listen to him. They recognized that they were still too small to communicate directly with the Eternal One. Forge your spirit in the great combats of life, just as did that people of Israel in the desert. Do you know how great is the desert, which with its harsh sun and burning sands appears to have no end? Do you know what loneliness and silence are, and having to maintain vigilance because enemies watch? Truly, I tell you, it was there in the desert where the people learned of the greatness to believe in God and to love Him. What could that people hope for from the desert? Nonetheless, they had all: bread, water, a home in which to rest, and an oasis and sanctuary wherein to elevate their grateful spirits toward the Father and Creator.